Hi. So I'm going to show you how to make, how I take the clay that's old, how to make it new again, and how to turn it back into a pot. So at the beginning of my workday, I'll take yesterday's dirty water, and all of the particles have settled to the bottom, and I take those and put them into a big bucket, which is over here. I have a bunch of buckets because I have a bunch of dirty water. So that goes in there. Then I also will take, this was a giant dog bowl that was too thin on the bottom. It's broken and now it's totally dried. And this will go in here. It'll soak up water, and tomorrow I'll be able to use it. This is some mug or something, I don't know what. And it goes in there.
So in other words, you reuse your scraps.
I reuse all my scraps. I never throw anything away unless it falls on the dirty floor. Then I throw it away. So I'm going to reach in. Can you see?
Yeah, I got it.
The glamorous.
Okay, so this is former messed up scraps. And
it's really important to have the dried, messed up stuff because it soaks up all the water from the that came from buckets like this.
So you're using this again.
So I'll use this again. Mm-hmm. So I'll let this sit on those plaster slabs like that for I don't know, for a day, and then I'll flip it over, and after about 2 days, then it's ready to go in the pug mill. The pug mill just mixes the clay up so that it's all the right consistency. I can add water to it, or I have bags of dry clay that I can add to it if it's too wet, and it takes all the air bubbles out of it, and it makes the clay perfect. You want to look? This is the hopper. Throw it in the hopper. That's where the clay goes. There's big mixers inside of there. I have to switch it on. Excuse me. All right. And then it's just going to mix it for a little bit. That's pretty good. Right. So you have to get it right on the wheel, pretty solid. And get it wet. Now I'm centering the clay and pushing down and pushing over at the same time. If it's not perfectly centered, you really can't make anything precise. Everything will be very wobbly. Okay. I'm just kind of grabbing under this clay. It's very thick here, and I'm pulling it up. I want to be careful it doesn't get too wide, so I'm going to kind of push it in to keep it a cylinder, basically. That's just about it. And the very last thing that I do is I slice it off of the wheel, and I put it on a wooden board so it can dry. You have to have very dry hands, and you just do that. And then it'll dry really nicely. And I'll usually put 4 or 5 on a board. And this is the kiln. There's some work in here. It's my friend's pottery that my friend made all of these mugs, and they're still in there. I can fit a whole bunch of stuff in here. It goes up, the first firing is about 1900 degrees, and then the second firing with the glaze is around 2200 degrees. And it takes about 24 hours to fire and then get cool enough to unload. 24 to 26 hours, start to finish.